Hey guys, Ashley D. Will here, and today I want to share a healing model that I have designed. And it's kind of a general, loose representation of what the Lord has done with me. And it is what the Lord is currently doing with a lot of my clients. And I want to share it with you. Okay, let's put it right up here. There we go. So this is a woman up here, but it can be for any person. It can be for a man or a child. And so let's look at it. And so this is the visual, and then I have a text version that explains everything. So I'm going to share both with you, all right? So this is Psalm 126:5. They who sow in tears shall reap in joy and singing. So this is telling us that when we sow in tears, whoever has sorrow and trauma and whatever would bring tears, grief to you, if you let the tears out, you're sowing in tears when you grieve. You are sowing in tears when you grieve over your losses. When you do that, you will, it definitely is going to happen that you're going to receive back joy and singing. Okay? This is proportional to the amount of tears that you sow. That proportion of joy and singing will you reap. And it happens over time. You sow a few tears, you reap a little bit of joy. And then the longer you go over time, the more you sow in tears, the more joy you reap and singing. Okay? So let's just look at these symbols. Okay, first let's start with the gray clock. Up here we have the gray clock. And this is Psalm 31:15. My times are in your hands. Healing occurs on God's timetable, not ours. The more you invest in your healing and growth, the more you're going to enjoy the fabulous benefits of it. Allow as much time as you need for God to heal you in His perfect way. No worries and no rushing. Not necessary. The gray cycle here below the clock. Ecclesiastes 1:9. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Allow God to cycle you through emotions, memories, and whatever He brings up inside of you. Dreams, visions, whatever it is He's trying to tell you. And He'll speak to you through your own self and through other people and through nature and TV, and there's no limit on how He can speak to you. But allow Him to cycle you through whatever comes up, and remember that He takes sheep around the mountain, slowly going up like that. He never takes them straight up the mountain. Okay? He's gentle and He's patient, and He restores their souls, and He goes around the base, then a little bit higher, and a little bit higher, and then before they know it, they're at the top. All right, the blue woman. Here we have the blue woman, and that is Psalm 145:14. The Lord upholds all who fall and lifts up all who are bowed down. The woman is all of us. She is a daughter, a sister, a mother, a niece, an aunt, a grandchild, or grandmother, or any of the male versions of those. Even if she has never felt important to anyone in the whole world, she's an extremely important person to God. He will care for her and lift her up as she learns to cooperate with Him, bowing down to Him in trust. The long blue road right here is kind of faded. Matthew 7:13-14. Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. The woman's road of life has been painfully long and very difficult. She has endured and suffered much and is ready to learn a new way, a better way. See, she's come to the end of this road, and she's standing there saying, that's it. I'm ready to do something different, and I'm going to let the Lord show me what to do. The pink heart is right here inside the woman. Psalm 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. The woman's pink heart is still beating. However, it feels broken, shattered, or numb. The faded pink color, you can see, will turn brighter as the Lord heals her heart with his gentleness and his loving care. Now we have inside the woman 6 blue teardrops. This is Psalm 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The 6 blue teardrops are the sorrows that hide inside the woman's heart. The tears hide tightly for fear that there will never be a safe time and place to release them. Once the woman finds her tears, the wonderful counselor will catch each one with acceptance, relief, and words of comfort. The next one is memories of her childhood. Matthew 10:29, are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. Memories of childhood rumble inside the woman's soul, in her dreams, in her memories. She doesn't really want to remember them or all the people who hurt her, but remembering them and releasing them brings her relief and healing. The more she experiences this natural process, the more she will want to remember and release everything. This little thunderbolt is repressed anger, her repressed anger in her heart. Proverbs 15:13, a broken heart crushes the spirit. The repressed anger is a thunder in her heart that will rot her bones. That's why the Lord wants her to release it to him as she pours out her broken heart to him to find his understanding and comfort. And then this knife back here hiding behind the tears is repressed rage. Psalm 51:17. My sacrifice, O God, is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, God, you will not despise. The repressed rage is a dagger that thrusts itself out into the woman's life without her realizing it. The rage hurts her, it wounds others, and it saddens God. He longs to hear all about the hurts of her life and embrace her broken heart close to his. Next we have down here the hand of the wonderful counselor. Isaiah 9:6. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor. The wonderful counselor down here waits patiently for the woman to acknowledge her hurting heart, to tell the Lord about it, and that's what this arrow is indicative of. It's indicating a downward motion of all of this chaos and trauma in her and sorrow being cast into the hand of the wonderful counselor. To tell him about it and to allow every memory and emotion to surface, spilling into his loving hands. Nothing is ever too ugly or shameful for him. Nothing is ever too ugly or too shameful for the Lord. Ever. Now down here we see these are outbursts, emotional outbursts. This is a trauma that has happened, and this is a biohazard. And all of these have come out of her into his hand. Psalm 34:19, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him from them all. All the emotional outbursts, repressed traumas, and quaking biohazards of the woman's heart belong in the safe, healing hand of the wonderful counselor. Now, the last one on this page is the holy bottle of tears here. Psalm 56:8, record my misery. You put my tears into your bottle. Are they not in your book? The wonderful counselor saves every single tear of the woman's in his individualized holy bottle of tears with her name engraved on it. Every tear of hers shared with him is a holy treasure that he saves forever. Now here we have the thumbs up. Philippians 4:19, and my God will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory. The more the woman pours out her heart into the hand of the wonderful counselor and receives his comfort, the more he encourages her to keep progressing down this healing path. He's saying, go girl, keep healing. Keep giving me all of your cares and all of your sorrows and everything. That's his message to her. Now we're going to move over to here, the golden scriptures. Psalm 119, 105. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. The golden scriptures come from heaven, and they bring beauty out of ashes in the soul. The scriptures shine light into the darkened mind of the woman as she passes through pain and confusion in this process. And the scriptures gently lead her into clarity and peace, because this process can cause confusion, and you can just feel yucky when you're in the middle of all this. You feel like you're under the water and you can't find your way up to get a breath. But this leads her into the clarity and the peace that she's looking for as she maneuvers down her healing road. The golden light up here is Proverbs 4:18. The path of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn, shining brighter and brighter until midday. The golden light shines from the golden scriptures in the woman's mind. See, this arrow is going this way and this way. So she is reading, looking at the words, reading the words, taking them into her mind and into her spirit woman, and they are causing her mind to be illumined. The light stays on faithfully in her mind while she passes through long, dark valleys. Now we have the blue compass. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. So the golden scriptures carry the blue compass inside them. And as the woman reads the scriptures regularly, the golden compass guides her and steadies her. That's what it does. And as she grows in her healing journey, it keeps her safely on the narrow path so she doesn't wander off down some crazy other path. Now we come over here to the golden key of faith, Hebrews 11:6. And it is impossible to please God without faith. Anyone who wants to come to him must believe that God exists and that he rewards those who sincerely seek him. So the golden key lives inside the woman's heart. She can't really see it now because of all this, but it's there. And it's shining dimly because of this. It's shining just like this is inside her. But here's the golden key of faith, and it lives inside her heart. And every time she reads from the scriptures, the key in her heart grows bigger and brighter and stronger. Okay, that's the key, and it lives in her heart. The golden key points to and opens the door to the trophy of joy and victory that is already hers because she's in the faith. The golden yield sign is below the golden key of faith. The golden yield sign is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. So the golden yield sign reminds the woman to yield to the way of faith and to distrust the enemy's burdens, her own opinions, and those of others who may mean well. That's what the yield sign means. And then here we have the golden trophy of joy and victory, and that is Psalm 126:5. They who sow in tears shall reap in joy and singing. The golden trophy of joy and victory already belongs to the woman. It's hers already because she's in the faith. Jesus Christ gave it to her at salvation. The more she trusts him, progressing down the path of healing, the more clearly she will see her trophy and be able to enjoy it. It will become more real to her. Even though she knows she has it, she can't really see it clearly. But the more she progresses down the healing path, the more this will gleam in her view, and she'll be able to see it and touch it and enjoy it. So over here we have the gray moon, and let's talk a little bit about that. It's over here. Psalm 63:6. I lie awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night. The gray moon reminds the woman to lie awake at night to spend time with the Lord, letting Him speak to her in secret ways that bring healing to her heart. The Lord used to wake me up in the middle of the night and do therapy. He's amazing. So we have the pink ear next. John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. The pink ear reminds the woman to listen always for the still small voice of the Spirit of the Lord. He speaks often, and soon she will learn to be still and to listen and to follow. And this is the walking woman down here. Proverbs 3:7-8. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. The walking woman reminds the woman to accelerate her blood flow regularly with pleasant activities that lift her spirit, whether it's riding a bike or walking or rebounding or playing tennis or whatever, to do something active to keep her body functioning properly. And then we have the blue badge here. Proverbs 22:3. The prudent or the wise man sees danger and hides himself. The blue badge reminds the woman that she is the new sheriff in town, even if she doesn't feel like it yet. She's the new sheriff of her body, soul, and mind as Lord leads her in this learning about this. She has God's authority and approval to enforce self-protection. The pink community down here is Galatians 6:2. Share each other's burdens, and in this way obey the law of Christ. The pink community reminds the woman to stay firmly connected with safe, authentic sisters in the faith. They will help her to bond safely, heal quickly, and grow strong in her faith. The gray note is kind of black, but it's dark gray. 1 Samuel 6:23. Whenever the Spirit from God came on Saul, David would take up his lyre and play. Then relief would come to Saul. He would feel better, and the evil spirit would leave him. The gray note reminds the woman to play pleasant, uplifting music to buoy her soul throughout the day and keep her focused on what is important. And then the grass and the leaf down here is 1 Chronicles 16:33. Let the trees of the forest sing, let them sing for joy before the Lord. The grass and the leaf remind the woman during her healing to enjoy God's glory regularly and the sweet healing properties of nature. So this is kind of my recipe for healing that I use a lot with a lot of my clients. It's what the Lord has used with me to heal me in many ways. And so this is by request. I was doing a diagram on the board while they were sitting here, and we were going over some issues, and I was explaining to her this process with a little stick figure, and she goes, you really should make a visual out of that and do a video on it. And I was like, what a great idea. So I did. So here's the text, and here is the visual. I will try to maybe put this down in the information box and whatever else I can figure out. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. This is the healing model for healing and growth in the Lord. And I hope that it's helpful to you, and I hope that it will give you some ideas about yourself or your clients or your friends or your kids or your siblings or whoever may be hurting, whether it's you or other people, and give you an idea of the process of healing and what it looks like. Okay, so you guys have a great day, and God bless you, and I'm praying for you, and keep pursuing healing. The Lord is with you. I'll see you next time.